What is up, epic gamers? Today, I have somewhat of a different video. In this video, though, I am going to open this booster box of Judgment of the Light to look for the card that's been going up in price drastically, which is number C104, Masquerade something, whatever. I believe at the moment the ultimate rare is going upwards to 60 or 70 euros. So I thought, why not open this box? I've had it lying around since 2022. I originally bought it for my sealed collection. But now I thought, why not make a fun opening video when we can look for number C104. But I also wanted to talk in this video about how I'm kind of getting out of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! As you've seen on my channel, I've been opening way more Magic and other TCGs besides Yu-Gi-Oh! I think this is one of the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos in a long while. So it's just gonna be a chill video, not too much editing, just me yapping to you guys. I don't know, just a little chill yap video, I guess. But yeah, we're looking for Mr. C104. He has two printings in this. A super rare, which is still pretty expensive, I believe 40, 50 last time I checked. Maybe the prices have changed already again, but and the ultimate rare is like the big expensive card. But yeah, you probably noticed that I've been getting into Magic way more. Also been opening way more Magic and barely posting anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! That's mostly because I do still collect Yu-Gi-Oh! But I don't really like playing it that much anymore. One of the reasons is probably very easy to tell you guys. This set is from 2012, I believe. And look how beautiful the cards look, the commons. They're like pack fresh, mint, not a single spot or scratch on them. And with modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially the European print, ooh, our first secret rare, oh my gosh. That's not the secret rare you want, but we're not looking for a secret rare, we're looking for a super or an ultimate rare of C104. But yeah, especially the European print is awful. Basically, European cards, especially the commons, basically they have scratches, dents, all kinds of weird damage on the cards straight out of the pack. And that's also why I kind of stopped buying sealed product for TCG. I sometimes buy like American print boxes, but they're not that easy to come by, sadly. Ooh, and our next super rare already, wow. That's actually pretty, a lot of foils, one after the other. But yeah. The new European print Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, I just don't buy them anymore. Because you're basically buying a sealed booster box, and most of the cards are damaged. And you could make like the argument, yeah, who cares, they're commons, but still, even the foils have like print lines and all kinds of like ugly stuff on them. So yeah, but the most important reason why I don't really play it anymore, besides like my trusty Skull Servant deck, is, and that's actually because I started to play Magic. And I noticed how cool the design in Magic is. Like if you see a card, it has like an ability or an effect that matches with the lore of the card. Like I don't know if I have like a good example right away, but you have like let's just say like if you see a Magic card, you feel like, oh, the effect is ultra rare. The effect is based on what the card does in the lore or what's on the card, right? Like, for instance, like a really simple card that I just looked at before recording is Carrion Feeder, where you can sacrifice a creature to make it stronger. And yeah, of course, it's like a zombie that eats other dead things. So, or maybe not even dead yet, but you know, he gets stronger when he eats other things. And I think the best example with this is it kind of started for me with Tearlament. And I kind of liked the artwork. I liked how it was like a more of a mill deck, graveyard based strategy. Ooh, guys, ultimate rare. Okay. I'll continue my story later, but this is an ultimate rare. Oh no, it's the wrong ultimate rare. Oh my god. Well, we got the cover card at least. That's kind of funny. I saw it was like an Xyz monster, so I was like, oh damn. Yeah, but yeah, so with Tearlament, I noticed that you know, graveyard strategy, nice. Also noticed that like all those effects of milling and putting stuff in the graveyard, and Tearlament's gimmick, or like in the lore, is that they're like sirens, but instead of singing to lure people, I guess, they cry. So that's why they're called Tearlament. But the effects just didn't match up for me. I was like, why do sad mermaids mill stuff? What's the significance of milling in that archetype? And then I've noticed that way more after that, because like I do have like a few favorite decks, like Burning Abyss or Skull Servant, where I feel like, oh yeah, the Skull Servants are like a family of skeletons, and they're stronger when they're together in the graveyard. And we have Talia, Princess of Cherry Blossoms, and look at how clean these cards are. I mean, yeah. And Burning Abyss was like really cool because they explained how the cantos in Dante's Divine Comedy, how they're like, I believe, separated in rows of 3 sentences or something. That's why they're level 3. And like the effects of like Fire Lake corresponding with the things that are happening in the book. So I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. But like with Tearlament, I'm like, yeah, okay, they're like sad mermaids that cry instead of sing. But what does this have to do with milling? What's the lore significance of that? Let's see. Like for instance, like if you would get, or you would copy paste the Tearlament effects on like a zombie archetype, or any archetype at all, you wouldn't notice the difference. There's nothing like that. It doesn't matter. Like the lore of the Tearlaments, the lore of Gold Pride, the lore of what else archetypes are there? Malice. Malice maybe a little, which is a current deck, which is kind of like, oh yeah, they're focused on banishing, but like, I don't know. I mean, it's better, I guess, better than Tearlament, with lore significance, but like, I don't know. And I hope that's kind of clear. I mean, hopefully I'm not yapping too much and not making any sense. So let's see what we got so far. We got 3 super rares, an ultimate, we already got our secret, and an ultra rare. So I think we have a few more supers to go. Only a few more supers. Wow, that was kind of underwhelming. I should have kept this box sealed. God damn. But yeah, just the lore significance is just gone in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like there isn't anything like, if I think an archetype has cool artwork, I always base the decks that I build off how cool the artwork is, or how, if I like the vibe. and lately, even if an archetype has cool artwork, it seems like they all just do the same thing, you know. And that's why I've kind of stopped playing modern Yu-Gi-Oh, and I've been like more gravitating towards Magic. And I think the last thing, the most significant thing, is that opening sealed product for Yu-Gi-Oh just isn't really that fun anymore. With Magic, if I open some cards or open some packs, and there's like a black card in it that I could use in one of my black decks, that's great. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, everything is, well, mostly everything is tied to an archetype. And if I don't play any of the archetypes in a set, like with me with my, oh damn, Galaxy Serpent. We did get the regular 104, but I don't think that one's that expensive. And I don't play any of those archetypes in that set. What's the point of opening the product, right? Like I'm one of those guys who has like a couple favorite decks, like Burning Abyss, Skull Servant, of course, Fabled, and those cards don't really get that much new support frequently. And yeah, together with like the European print quality of cards being ass, I don't know, I'm just, what's the point of like opening product? It's not fun anymore. The cards are, the effects of the cards aren't relevant to the lore. There aren't that many good generic cards. So I'm like, oh yeah, I could run that in my Fable deck, or I could run that in my Skull Servants. I think the last, which was kind of recent actually, was like that Ween, the Spirit of Treats, I think it's called. Ooh, Bujin Yamato. And look at how clean that looks compared to modern European print cards. Oh my god. I really understand why people back in the day preferred European print so much. This is gorgeous. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Yeah. Shit, where was I? I don't remember what I was talking about. So cards, it isn't fun to open anymore. Oh yeah, about the generic cards, like the Spirit of Treats, Ween, the Spirit of Treats, I think, the zombie card that is kind of similar to King of the Skull Servants, as it can either burn your opponent for every zombie in your graveyard or gain attack for every zombie in your graveyard. And I was like, oh, it's a zombie. It also cares about the zombies in my graveyard. That's a fun little tech card to put in Skull Servants, right? But besides that, I don't know. You know, I play for fun a lot, so I'm definitely not a competitive player. And I still like to occasionally watch like competitive games or people playing like the latest archetype with, you know, seeing them go combo off. But mostly I'm just really casual, and I have like I said, the few decks that I always play. There aren't many new decks that I get into. Ooh, another secret rare, goddamn. I guess back in the day you didn't get that many secrets per box, you only got one. Wow. And Noble Knights 2 is also one of my favorite decks that I played. And that was also cool, right? Because they're looking for like the Excalibur and all those legendary swords. And of course, King Arthur can equip all of them to him, and he's like triple wielding or even more than that. But even that, you know, they got like the Infernoble Knights, and I didn't really like those at all because they didn't really vibe with me that much. But that's like really personal, so that isn't really a flaw that I could attribute to modern Yu-Gi-Oh. So I won't get into that. But yeah, I've been yapping for 15 minutes. Yapping for 15 minutes. But I just really wanted to let you guys know why the Yu-Gi-Oh content is so scarce. Hey there, scarce here. But I don't know. It's yeah, it's just modern Yu-Gi-Oh, just compared to older sets. Like, I mean, at the point when this came out, Judgment of the Light, I was super into Yu-Gi-Oh. I was always like trying to build decks with like silly cards that came out. I remember when I was younger, when this set came out, I was a newspaper delivery guy. So in the morning, I was like delivering newspapers and listening to music, and I was coming up with, oh yeah, that's that card in the new set. Can I build a deck around that? Can I make a combo around that? And I was like super into the game. But like lately, like for the past year or year and a half, I think, I've just stopped caring. Yeah, for modern Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I still have like my current Skull Servant deck that I still update. I was really happy when the new Fabled support came out in like Monster Madness, Battles of Legends, Monster Madness or whatever. So I'm going to rebuild my old Fabled deck with the new cards. So that's also really cool. But besides that, yeah, I've stopped caring about the new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that is coming out. I still collect cool artwork of new cards. I still collect older cards that I never had as a kid, or I've just finding out about now. So it's not that I've completely quit Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just that I just don't really care anymore about modern Yu-Gi-Oh and the decks that are coming out. Because of like how insignificant the lore and the artwork and the theme of a deck is to the effects. Like again with the example with the tier elements, you could put the tier elements on any other archetype, and it would make as much sense as it does on the tier elements or the gold brides or whatever. I don't know. And I think that kind of started like a few years ago, around the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal era. It was still pretty fun. You had like Madolches, which shuffled cards back into the deck, which I guess you could relate to candy and sweet stuff. But even then, you know, you always had those archetypes like, what does this have to do with the theme? And recently that just became more of the norm. Like the theme isn't really non-existent. The theme doesn't translate to the card and what the card does. So yeah, yapping, hee hee. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll try to be a little bit more funny and say more funny stuff like Skibbity Sigma or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to make this serious video for all the people that really cool artwork on this card, by the way. For all the people who've been wondering, like, why isn't this guy posting any Yu-Gi-Oh anymore? What the flip, you know? So yeah, I'll see you next time in a new video. And yeah, we pulled an Ultimate Rare Utopia Ray Victory, and we pulled 2 Secret Rares, which definitely wasn't the norm back in the day. I think when every pack had a foil, starting in 2016, secrets went up to 2 per box. But in the beginning, you only got 1 secret and you only got 1 Ultimate Rare. And in European boxes, I sometimes didn't even get either. I got like 1 secret and no ultimate. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. I have to catch my Blue Impala plane.